Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dwi Cynthia Gandhi. I'm from English Education Class D and I'm from Group 1. I'm the first speakers. Okay, I will explain what is semantic. Semantic, the study of meanings. Hopelessly, I hope to convince you that be careful, talk about language you speak and the way it used, define conclusion can be arrived at considering meaning. Meaning is what a speaker means when she used a piece of language. Sentence meaning is what a sentence or a word means. What is counts as the evaluation of in the language meaning consider it. I think that's all. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hesli Nabila as the second speaker. I will continue from Dwi Cynthia Gandhi. Without meaning, all the utterance of a language are useless, or without meaning, there will be no language. Meaning is concerned with the relation between words and objects to which they refer. Meaning is concerned with words and morphemes. The latter as a minimal meaningful unit will do in this analysis. As a word is a morpheme is not always a word. Like the prefix I am in impossible, thus we just focus only on words. For example, destination and last stop technically mean the same thing, but students of semantics analyze their subtle set of meaning. Next example is the verb move can mean change place, push, pull, and carry, or steer motion. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Firdayanti HS as the third speaker. Since meaning in language is so complex, there are actually different theories used within semantics, such as formal semantics, lexical semantics, and conceptual semantics. So, what is formal semantics? Formal semantics uses techniques from math, philosophy, and logic to analyze the broader relationship between language and reality, truth, and possibility. Has your teacher ever asked you to use an if-then question? It breaks apart lines of information to detect the underlying meaning or consequence of events. And the second is lexical semantics. Lexical semantics deconstruct words and phrases within a line of text to understand the meaning in terms of context. This can include a study of individual nouns, verbs, adjectives, prefix, root words, suffix, or longer phrases or idioms. Next is conceptual semantics. Conceptual semantics deals with the most basic concept and form of a word before our thought and feelings that context to it. For example, at its most basic, we know a cougar to be a large wild cat, but the word cougar has also come to indicate an older woman who's dating a younger man. This is where context is important. Conceptual semantics open the door to a conversation on connotation and denotation. Denotation is the standard definition of a word. Meanwhile, connotation deals with the emotion evoked from a word. Connotation will be derived from the manner in which you interpret a word or sentence meaning. As such, semantics and connotation are deeply entwined. For a deeper dive, thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Ayu Pratiwi, a speaker 4. Relationship between semantic and branches of linguistics. The first, semantic and historical linguistics. Sociolinguistics is the study of the language in social context that focuses on the relationship between linguistic behavior and social situation, roles, and function. The second, semantic and computational linguistics. Computational linguistics deals with the application of computers to work with language. There are a number of things that humans do with language that can be automated to degree on a computer, translating from one language to another, recognizing the words in speech, pronouncing these words, understanding sentences and large text, and producing text that conveys meaning or information. I think that's all for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fadel Fajrin from Group 1 and I am as a speaker 3. Semantics and psycholinguistics. Psycholinguistics is the field that attempts to answer questions about how language is represented and processed in the brain, and what areas of the brain are used for language processing. Reading and writing skills involve a complex array of perceptual and motor skills. The impairment of reading skill is called acquired dyslexia. The impairment of writing skills is called acquired dysgraphia. Acquired dyslexia is divided into two as follows: applied linguistic and semantic. Applied linguistic is the application of language in teaching and learning. It is applied to language teaching and learning course in English for Special Purpose or ASPE, which are based on the knowledge that native speakers use language differently depending on subject matter and audience. The major relationship between applied linguistics and semantics is on teaching and learning foreign language. A person who is not well experienced in a particular foreign language is likely to utter semantically meaningless utterances unless he or she is exposed to teaching and learning such language, where now he or she can utter semantically meaningful sentences by the use of language theories such as phrase structure roles, transformational generative grammar or TGG, as well as syntax, and which is the arrangement of words and a sentence may bring different meaning. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sarah Putra Rawan and I am a speaker 6. The next material is semantic and historical linguistics. Historical linguistics is the subfield of linguistics that studies language in its historical aspect. It is sometimes called diachronic linguistics, which is the way of referring to the study of language at various points of time and at various historical stage. NIDA 1978. The meaning or semantic representation of words may change, becoming broader, narrow, or shifted. For example, the Middle English word Dutch meant a specific breed of dog, but it was eventually broadened to encompass all members of the species of canis families. The next material is semantic and stylistic. Stylistic is a branch of linguistics which studies the features of situation, distinctive use of language, and tries to establish principles capable of accounting for the particular choice made up by individual and social group and their use of language. Maybe that's all from me. The next material will be presented by the next speaker.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Azhar Ubaidillah from Group 1, and now I will explain about semantics and philosophical linguistics. Philosophical linguistics is the branch of linguistics which studies on the one hand the role of language in relation to the understanding and elucidation of philosophical concepts, and on the other hand, the philosophical status of linguistic theories, method, and observation. Logic is the study of the organization of rational thought, especially laws of the validity of inference philosophers. In the present century, this age-old study has evolved allied to mathematics. Now it seems linguistics is invading the territory. A semantic representation is also logical representation.